Imagine having unbelievable strength, the kind of strength no one could match. You could break ropes like they were threads, defeat entire armies alone. But here's the question: what if your greatest strength became your greatest weakness? This is the story of Sampson, a man chosen by God, gifted with power, but pulled apart by his own choices. Before Sampson was even born, his life had a purpose. An angel appeared to his mother and said her son would be set apart for God, a Nazirite. That meant no cutting his hair, no drinking wine, and a life dedicated to God. And through him, God would begin to rescue Israel from their enemies, the Philistines. Samson wasn't just strong, his strength came from God. As he grew, the Spirit of God began to move in him, and when that power showed up, things got intense. One day, a young lion attacked him. No weapon, no warning, but Samson tore the lion apart with his bare hands. This wasn't normal strength. This was God's power. But even early on, something was off. Samson didn't always care about what God wanted. He followed what felt right to him, and that would change everything. Samson had power, but he didn't have discipline. He chased relationships God warned him about. He made impulsive decisions. He treated his calling casually. At one point, he married a Philistine woman, someone outside of God's direction for him. That relationship ended in betrayal, and Samson responded the only way he seemed to know how, with anger and revenge. He burned fields, defeated enemies, and caused chaos. At one point, the Philistines tried to capture him. They tied him up with ropes, but when the Spirit of God came on him, he snapped the ropes like they were nothing and defeated 1,000 men with a donkey's jawbone. Think about that. One man, one weapon, 1,000 enemies. God's power was undeniable in his life. And eventually, he met Delilah. Delilah wasn't just another relationship, she was the turning point. The Philistine rulers offered her money to discover the secret of Samson's strength, so she asked him, "What makes you so strong?" At first, Samson played games. He gave her false answers. Each time she tested him, each time he broke free. But she kept asking, again and again and again, until finally, he gave in. Samson told her the truth. "My strength comes from God. I've never cut my hair. If it's cut, my strength will leave me." That moment changed everything, because trust was placed in the wrong hands. That night, while Samson slept, Delilah cut his hair, and for the first time in his life, God's power left him. He woke up thinking he could fight like before, but he couldn't. He was captured. His eyes were gouged out, and he was thrown into prison, the strongest man alive, now helpless. Not because God failed him, but because he slowly walked away from God. But the story doesn't end in failure, because even in prison, God wasn't done with Samson. As time passed, his hair began to grow back. More importantly, his heart began to turn back to God. One day, the Philistines brought Samson out to entertain them. They stood him between two massive pillars in their temple. Thousands of people were watching, mocking him, laughing at him, and in that moment, Samson prayed, "O Lord God, remember me, strengthen me just once more." Not for pride, not for revenge, but for one final purpose. Then Samson pushed, with everything he had, and God answered. The pillars collapsed, the building came down, and in that moment, Samson defeated more enemies than he had in his entire life, but it cost him everything. Samson's story isn't just about strength, it's about calling, compromise, and redemption. He was chosen by God, but distracted by his desires, gifted with power, but careless with responsibility. And yet, when he turned back to God, even at the very end, God still used him. Because this story reminds us, it's not just about how strong you are, it's about who you trust, who you follow, and whether you stay faithful to the one who gave you your strength.